Welcome back to the Gator Country TV show. This table, which is sort of like, I don't know, like a hot dog, is going to get round now. Because why? Because we got the recruiting roundtable with the recruiting coordinator, Derek Tyson. And let's start off with something a little bit different. We talk about football a lot. We're going to talk about more today. Got some news. But we have some basketball news now. After all, basketball is coming up. We'll talk later about Ohio State coming to town next week on Tuesday night. But first, what's the basketball news?
Well, Bradley Beal, the number 2 shooting guard in the nation, according to ESPN, and the number 7 player overall, signed his letter of intent with Florida on Wednesday. And big pickup for Florida. They need a guard, and he's a guy that's about 6'2", 6'3", good size, and he'll be bringing his talents to Florida. So he's a big pickup for Florida.
A shooter from St. Louis. Reminds me of my old buddy, the late Augie Griner. He was a shooter from St. Louis. So good to have another St. Louis guy in there. All right, so look, this is what I call the switcheroo season, okay? Because that means commits are saying, maybe not here, I'll go here, whatever. People changing their minds. Sometimes that favors Florida. Sometimes it hurts Florida. You got news of a couple of people coming to the Swamp who might pull a switcheroo. You never know.
Yeah, a couple of surprises here. I know Teddy Bridgewater is a quarterback who's committed to Miami, is now going to visit Florida this weekend, and he's long been committed to Miami, so this is kind of a surprise. He may be just a guy that wants to take visits elsewhere and see what's out there, but I do think he'll end up with Miami, but it is a little bit of a surprise that he is going to come up to Florida. The other guy, A.J. Johnson, who is a big linebacker, he's about 6'4", 225, from Gainesville, Georgia. He's been committed to Tennessee for a while now, and he actually visited for the LSU game as well. So it's his second time back to the Swamp in a month. So he's obviously more than just looking at Florida. I mean, he's got real interest there, and it's a guy that could make the switch down the road here.
Well, Urban Meyer has a great ability to seem like to put these things together. You made a comment before we went on there that the amazing thing was during a 3-game losing streak, recruiting didn't fall off.
No, not at all. It didn't. In fact, it picked up. They got 3 commitments and actually a recommitment from A.C. Leonard during that time frame. So Urban Meyer really picked it up, and it kind of changed the momentum of the season on the field as well. It kind of helped with just the whole attitude of the team. So with South Carolina coming up, there's a big recruiting weekend, and there's some other guys that are going to make it in. Sammy Watkins, a guy that had been considering Florida early, and Florida kind of fell off the map a little bit for him, but he is going to be in the Swamp Saturday, and he is now listing Florida in his top 7. So I know there's still a few months to go, but Sammy is an electric player. He's 6'2", 190, got great size for a receiver, and as you can see by his highlights, he is just lightning fast. So he would be a big pickup. I still think Florida's a long shot with him, but if they can land this guy, it would be a huge gift for the Gators here. So
I understand, by the way, that he's kin to Jalen Watkins.
Yeah, he's Jalen's half brother. So.
And who, of course, they can go against each other in practice. Since Jalen's a cornerback, they go. The Watkins boys can go
right.
out. Right?
That's sure right. So that would be a big get for Florida. And then another guy, Aaron Lynch, who last week came out and said Florida and Florida State were in his final 2. He visited Florida State last week, and he will actually be in the Swamp this Saturday as well. He's a big guy, 6'5", 250 defensive end, but got great speed for his size and a very powerful player. So he's going to be coming to the Swamp with his mom, his sister, and his Pop Warner coach. So I don't believe he'd be taking all these people to the game with him if he wasn't serious about going to Florida. So this is one to keep an eye on. And another couple guys, Jeffrey Pagan. He's actually not going to be in the Swamp Saturday, but he, in his last ball game, hurt his MCL and his PCL. He tore both ligaments, so that's a big loss for him. And the recovery is about anywhere from 6 to 8 months. He's going to have surgery in the next week or so. Florida is still going to honor his scholarship, even though this is a big injury. And Florida looks forward to getting this guy in the fall and helping him rehab.
Big chance to make a big impression. Being here in the Swamp on a night when possibly Florida becomes the SEC East champion against the former coach Steve Spurrier. So lots of stuff to talk about there, which we'll do a little later in the show, but a big recruiting weekend for the Florida Gators and a lot of other teams as well. All right, when we come back, we'll be talking to the Brantley brothers, Scott and John, right here on the Gator Country TV show.